Just a little heads up warning. Throughout this video, you're going to see some crazy stuff. Disturbing things, along with sex and violence. 2 days ago, fitness YouTuber Connor Murphy made a video suggesting he was going to end his life.
Connor Murphy, a YouTube fitness personality known for picking up girls and taking his shirt off.
And for the past few weeks, he's been making crazy videos, and he says he's been taking a psychedelic drug called ayahuasca. And there's even more to this story that makes it really confusing and makes it hard to figure out what's really going on.
What is happening? I've gone literally mentally fucking insane over the past few days. I don't understand. The world seemed endless, the world seemed infinite. It was like I could actually be happy. I had dreams, I had aspirations. It was amazing. And I accomplished it all. I've done this in the last few videos. This is just acting, okay?
Then he starts acting, or does he? We don't know. And at the end of the video, he basically says, yeah, this is acting. And he's like, look, come see me in 30 minutes. I will be gone. He gives his address, says show up, and so on. Is he actually acting here, or is he not acting? Okay, so I'm going to give you the two scenarios. He's not acting, and he's now gone. And honestly, I don't know if he's alive right now or not.
This was about a day ago, and for one thing, now we know he is not gone. He was hanging out in Venice Beach while we are all talking about him, spreading his word around the internet.
The other situation is, if he is in fact acting, this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. Because if I had seen one of my friends or something and I watched their video and I saw that video, I would be driving 180 miles an hour to their house to try and save their life. And what if I get in an accident in the process and I lose my life trying to save this person? I do not think this is acting. I do not think anyone in this world would be that stupid to put lives of other people, first responders, ambulance, whoever is going to try to save this person's life. Now you might say, well, why would he start with saying it's acting? Because you can't put a video like that on YouTube. They're not going to let it sit there. It's not allowed, okay? You can't.
Now this is a good point I wasn't thinking of. But I would think the video would get taken down anyway. It looks like he's lying when he says it's just acting. People know that I know this from a long time ago, that even when you tell people that the following is not real, people will end up being manipulated anyway and believe it's real. This experiment was done in the late 80s on the Oprah Winfrey Show. This is something I haven't heard people talk about since it happened. Oprah said the following guest is making up everything she's going to be saying. And she came on and said, blue-eyed people are superior to brown-eyed people. And she tried to convince the audience of it, being just very convincing and acting legit. And people ended up buying it.
And I accomplished it all. Look at my life. I fuck 3 fucking girls a day. 3 girls a day. Do you believe that? Fuck yeah, you do. Look at my YouTube channel. I'm popular. I'm famous. And this doesn't come from ego. This is because I'm unhappy. I have nothing that truly matters.
That's what I was going to say. He clearly has a problem with himself. That's before these psychotic videos. If your life revolves around all this superficial stuff, he's clearly trying to fulfill himself because he's not fulfilled. So people go towards the superficial because it's easy. And we've seen this before with celebrities, rich people. It doesn't make them happy. And I've been saying that for many years. This kind of stuff doesn't make you happy. Relationships don't make you happy. Money doesn't make you happy. We all have heard that one. Looks don't make you happy. But one you may not have heard of is one that I teach and I discovered in the 90s. Is that food does not make you happy. Getting healthy makes you happy, and that's by eating right.
Parents have sucked away every ounce of happiness in my body. I've done everything just to please them, just to make them proud, just to make them happy, and it didn't work. I started YouTube so they would be proud of me so I could be successful and rich.
This part makes even less sense. He was saying that for 3 years he's been trying to please his parents or something, and he's saying that his whole life has been messed up. But this personality change in him just started 3 weeks ago. Well, either way, one thing we can know for sure is to not do drugs.
Everything I can to make them happy. It's not just me, they fucking ruined my sister.
Now, high emotions tend to manipulate people on a deep mental level. That's why some people just believe this kind of thing. But if you step back, you can see that it doesn't seem real. This is not the way someone would act. It's just overdoing it.
I've been living with this my whole life. I just need to let go. Nothing helps. I just bought them a flight, $1,000 flight for my family for one day on a Saturday just to visit me in Los Angeles. They've never visited me here.
You went from lonely geek to being a YouTube superstar, man.
And one big thing I always remind people to think about is that, yeah, people have problems. There's a lot of emotional issues in humanity. But that doesn't mean that you have to turn on a camera, connect it to the internet and the world, and then proceed to tell everyone all the miserable stuff going on in your life and act it out and get really emotional. Not only do I hardly ever talk about myself, for 7 years, I sometimes think about it and then think, well, there's really no use talking about any problems, personal problems. I'd rather just continue to help the people who are watching my videos. That's useful. And also, I have actually tried to put more emotions into my videos so it will connect with people more. I've tried to do it, but I cannot do it. Sometimes I'll get really emotional reaction to something, then decide to make a video about it. But when it comes time to, setting up the video and deciding how I'll make the video and all this, and then turning on the camera, once you've gone through all that stuff, you're just no longer in that emotional state anymore. And when I know that people are watching, I'm more focused on that, and that just takes away the emotions that I had before. So you have to really wonder. When someone they turn on the camera, they're making a video. The camera wasn't just rolling and something happened. Here's the part I want to show, because as I was just saying, I'm an expert, and I've said this many times, I've been an expert in happiness since the 90s when I was learning about it.
I learned about happiness. I learned about the science of happiness. I tried to learn it from every religion, from every teacher, to explain to them that it's all you have to do is believe that it's possible, and then it builds on itself.
This fits into the reading I was doing, that he was trying to convince his parents about the things he's learned. So I'm confused here. His parents sound like the mentally abusive type. That's pretty common. I'm in this position too, where I wish everyone around me was more like me and thought like me, but that doesn't happen. I don't end up acting like this. You just got to move on. And he doesn't look like someone who's studied happiness. Happiness means you got to just forget about other people. You will never be happy if you're focused on other people. Yep.
But they can't grasp it. You can't convince anyone to be happy.
But you can show them. There's some things you can't teach or convince with words. With some things, you just need to be an example and set the example. And he's just setting a real bad example here. Show, don't tell.
It all comes from within. YouTube means nothing to me without.
And at this point, I'd like to ask all of you watching, did you forget already? A couple minutes back at the beginning of his video? Do you remember what he said? Let's go back and see it. You probably forgot.
Guys, just to let you know, again, I've done this in the last few videos. This is just acting, okay?
Very strange. Whether he's faking or not, I just don't get this. Does he say it more than once a video? Yeah, I believe it's just to protect himself, so YouTube won't take down the videos, and it's so people will not call the police, which they did anyway because they got suckered in. And also, all of this is getting all of us to talk.
Yo, Connor Murphy.
Connor Murphy. Now, those of y'all might know, Connor got me put in jail a few months ago. Now, I'm out now, obviously, but before that happened, we filmed an amazing interview. Like, I don't think nobody's ever talked to you about like your life and how you went from lonely geek, from being a freak and a geek to being a YouTube superstar, man.
Yeah, they haven't, man. There's some pretty personal stuff in there.
I want to make a special announcement. Connor just dropped a new program. It's called the Fuckable Physique. It's all about, this shit ain't about getting strong or being athletic. This shit ain't even about being healthy. It's about building a body that's gonna get you some of these bitches, man.
No, that's exactly right, man. It's all about building the proportions, building the aesthetics that girls like. You know, there are a bunch of aesthetic tips, like even like jawline tips, like.
And not only that, he threw in a free guide to Tinder, how you hack Tinder, man.
Yeah. Tinder is my go-to place to getting the ladies, man. And so I'm a big Tinder fan.
Wow. Wasn't even expecting that. I just kept the record going here because they're still going, saying crazy stuff. What a jerk, both of them. And that doesn't even make sense. If he can get the kind of woman that we're seeing in those videos, which he can, why would you go to Tinder? Where the dregs of humanity have to go. That website is a disaster. There's no one attractive and super fit on Tinder. So there's no real reason he'd be on Tinder except for making this program. But as you'll see later in the video, he has people he works with.
I'm not making this up. These are words on Connor Murphy's website. So I'm going to make it simple for you and show you how I convert Tinder matches to what I call clients. Semen-crusted underpants. Gotta love the little homophobic comment saying that Tinder is how you get laid, and if you're trying to look for love, you're gay, so you might as well go check out Grindr. Remember guys, you don't just want any piece of steak, you want the ribeye, the filet mignon. In the wise words of Lil Wayne, open up her legs, then filet mignon that pussy. I was expecting $997 for these Tinder cheat codes, but actually, it's pretty reasonable at $19. These are snapshots of Connor Murphy's phone. You know, his phone is being blown up. He's getting sent naughty pictures from random girls, and he's got over 1,000 matches on Tinder. So I did a reverse image search on this image, and in fact, it is not Connor's image. It was taken from tinderseduction.com from an article posted in 2015. None of these are Connor's results. It is no denying that Connor has a big audience, but I don't understand how he would portray himself by using this type of language on a website, getting kids to buy his program. I was like, he's not that much of a douchebag. He's cringy, but he seems like a good guy. So a simple Google search reveals that he did indeed not write any of this shit on this website. We are looking to hire a rockstar ghostwriter for one of the bonuses to one of our fitness programs. We want the ebook to revolve around how to increase your matches on Tinder. We need the ebook to be written in the voice of Connor Murphy. What's interesting is this elusive we. Who is we? You know, it's Connor's website, but who is we?
I assumed correctly years ago that there's many YouTubers that have employees and it becomes a business. And with multiple people, they can outdo other YouTube channels. And most of them won't tell you this, although there's one channel willing to tell people that he has a team of people he works with. That's Philip DeFranco. And that's easy to see. Those videos would just take too much time for one person.
You know, it's Connor's website, but who is we? So I broke it down for you guys. Basically, you have bro cucks who have two people, Brandon Carter and Connor Murphy. Brandon Carter convinced Connor Murphy to be part of this thing. He's like, you can make so much money. And then basically they sell programs and supplements under this overarching bro cucks. So, you know, everyone gets a little split. And then this is just a nice illustration of what's actually happening here. I mean, this website looks like it was made in 2001. Gotta love this automatic timer pop-up that comes up every 31 seconds on the dot. This is fucking whack!
Something I always do when I'm researching someone, when I'm suspicious of their motivations. Look at their popularity. And the first thing that caught my eye is, what am I looking at here? This is his banner. I haven't gone to his channel because I don't want to give him the SEO. And here it appears that all 4 of these pictures show him as being so amazing that women are stunned by him. Look at this. He is just so awesome. It looks like he's got a big ego problem, but we're only beginning. Take a look down here, and it was just pretty clear. This is usually the case with people I look into because they have recently done something extreme that is giving them a lot of attention. And you'll see here that for the past year and a half, his channel had previously been slipping in views and subscribers. He saw this and decided he needed to do something to help get his popularity back. It was up here in this range, and then starting right here, it started going down. It's more noticeable here. Way down here in subscribers. Then all of a sudden there's this peak. Now here's where you know that something happened on his channel. Back in January, February, and I can already guess, he did something to get attention. Some extreme thing, like putting on a Nazi t-shirt, something like that. And here's another one of his channels. If you go down and look at the graphs, you'll see the same thing on his other channel. I always be suspicious of those people. I have been debunking bodybuilding gurus, especially the ones on social media, for 7 years now. This was one of my first videos. Bodybuilders are also known for eating a heavy protein diet, which is not good for your health, and also under-eating when they're trying to lose fat for a competition or a video. Also notable, over the last year or 2, he has lost considerable muscle, which suggests that he's under-eating. He has also lost hair. And they are also known for using steroids and saying they are not. And when you consider he was taking a psychedelic, that means he was already open to the idea of taking drugs. Connor reminds me of another YouTuber I have covered, Tim Sheaf, who's gone through supposed emotional crises, changes his diet a lot, he says he lost weight. Then there's Boogie, who has taught me a lot about the art of manipulation of YouTube and YouTube videos. He's a big fat jerk who became a millionaire doing it. This Connor person is also known for making prank videos, Pua videos, which is mostly a scam, food challenges, and just a ton of clickbait. He has a video that he titled Connor Murphy's Secret High School Life Embarrassing. Well, it's not a secret if you're telling it. So in the end, I don't think the question is whether this is ego or an actual breakdown or an attention stunt. I think all of these things can be true at the same time. I didn't know this person a few days ago. So this is my unbiased view. I'm on Reddit here reading people's comments about what's going on, and I have to indulge in this. Here someone writes, "Seems insane," and someone replies to him, "This guy has been insane for years." Then this part surprised me. "He's the most socially awkward, cringy guy I've ever seen." I wonder if this person would still say that after watching me. I've seen some cringy stuff out there, and I notice it more after the last few years of people calling me cringy. Those people have suggested that's one big reason why my channel doesn't grow. And I believed that too for a while. And then I see stuff like this. I see cringy and weird and awkward people like Frank. He's one of the most popular carnivores, and he's the most cringy one. And so this blows this theory out of the water. It appears that cringy and awkward helps you because it makes your channel more interesting. Remember, this guy's got 1 million subs. I've also been posting some comments here. When someone says something so off, I've got to straighten them out. And someone said, "What is to say that Connor did not escape the Matrix?" And that caught my attention because I've got a book about escaping the diet matrix. Who's to say? This is what led me to school him. Plenty of people do. That is anecdotal. That's me, High Fruit Trinity. Oh, no coincidence there. I named myself Trinity after a character in the movie The Matrix. The burden of proof is on those people to prove their escape was real and not a drug-induced delusion. And then this person thought he was being smart by saying, prove you're real. And then I said, you think you're being smart, but you're not. Do you know anything about the scientific method? It's like saying science is worthless when we live our lives through science. We're using a computer now because science is real. It works. People are in space now only because science tells us how to control the laws of physics. Otherwise, it's not possible. But then I went on and proved I was real. Prove you're real. I type. Therefore, I am. You replied to me. You can't reply to a person that's not real.
So if it is in fact acting, to me this should be completely illegal, and you should go to jail for something like this.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to open up a can of worms here, but this is like on the fence of either being illegal or it should be illegal because of the consequences they are creating. And, you know, this is reminding me of the current White House in the United States. Not only do we see the most unethical behavior I've ever seen, but they're now doing it just out in the open. The lack of ethics is incredible.
Call in a threat or something like that and then get away with it. Say, oh, this is going to happen at 2 o'clock on this place. Oh, it's just acting. No. Imagine if we all just started saying stuff like that, especially right now with the stress that a lot of people are under and the way the world is. It's too much. There's too much stuff. You see in my town what's going on. There's so many deaths. And it's a nightmare, literally a living nightmare.
And I didn't know he was going to say this. I'm just watching this for the first time. So that's why he thinks Connor isn't acting. But I've got to disagree because look at the way the Trump administration is acting. Look at the 80,000 deaths.
So when I'm filming these videos, all that's going in my mind is like getting good content.
He just wants to be. I've been out. I've filmed some videos with him. Varying degrees of success.
Anything for the views.
Come on, people. His name is Connor. Say it slowly.
It's whack.
Rate my video thumbs up or down and post a comment below. What do my viewers think of this story? And if you're on social media, share this video around. A lot of people need to be educated.